The peaceful atmosphere around the Islamic Center of San Diego ICSD on Monday, May 18, 2026, suddenly turned terrifying as a barrage of gunfire shattered the midday calm. Before this tragedy culminated at San Diego's largest house of worship, warning signs had actually been detected hours earlier by the family of one of the suspects. At exactly 9:42 a.m. local time, police received a deeply concerning emergency call from a mother reporting that her teenage son had mysteriously vanished from home. The panicked mother explained that her son had not only taken off with the family car but had also illegally taken her firearm, while leaving behind distressing messages indicating that he was in an unstable mental state and intended to commit suicide. The potentially dangerous missing person report immediately put law enforcement on high alert, but unfortunately, the destructive movements of the teenager and his accomplice outpaced the search. Before they even approached the mosque complex, signs of gun violence began spreading into the surrounding public areas as the two suspects fired random shots from inside their moving vehicle. One of their initial targets was a landscaper who happened to be working on some plants a few blocks from the Islamic Center. The bullet fired from the suspect's rifle traveled at high speed and directly struck the helmet worn by the unfortunate worker, sparking immense panic in the neighborhood, though miraculously, the helmet saved the landscaper's life, leaving him free of fatal physical injuries. This random act of terror on the streets was apparently just the prelude to a much more horrifying primary target, as the two suspects' car began moving toward the parking lot and courtyard of the Islamic Center of San Diego. The time was approximately 11:43 a.m., a critical moment when the mosque complex typically sees an influx of worshippers preparing for the congregational door prayer. The two suspects, later identified as 17-year-old Kane Clark and 18-year-old Caleb Vasquez, abruptly stopped their vehicle and opened a brutal volley of gunfire toward the outside of the mosque complex. The sound of repeated gunshots echoed through the air, instantly tearing apart the afternoon peace and transforming an area usually filled with prayer into a terrifying war zone for anyone nearby. At the front lines of this sudden threat, a security guard named Abdullah immediately tried to do his job and protect the mosque complex from outside danger. The middle-aged man, widely known for his dedication to the local Muslim community and a father of 8 children, became one of the first targets hit by the hail of bullets while attempting to secure the scene. Not far from Abdullah's position, 2 internal mosque staff members working outside the building were also caught in the indiscriminate gunfire. One of these fatal casualties was identified as Mohammed Nader, a respected teacher within the Islamic Community Center. These 3 unfortunate men ultimately drew their last breaths at the scene due to severe gunshot wounds, leaving behind profound grief for their families and the entire community they served. The horror outside the mosque building triggered a high-level internal alarm, especially since the Islamic Center complex also houses the Bright Horizon Academy, a day school that was accommodating many children in class at the time. Hearing gunshots so close by, teachers, school administrators, and the remaining security staff immediately locked all access doors and implemented active shooter emergency protocols to protect the students. A rapid response from police officers, who quickly arrived at the scene heavily armed and in tactical gear, managed to secure the school's perimeter. Maintaining a high level of discipline, officers successfully evacuated all the children from the danger zone without a single student sustaining physical injuries, a silver lining amidst a bloody tragedy. After launching the brutal and deadly shooting spree in a matter of minutes, the 2 suspects seemingly realized that their escape routes had been completely cut off by the arrival of a fleet of police officers surrounding the entire area. Instead of surrendering or attempting a direct shootout with the heavily armed officers, Kane Clark and Caleb Vasquez chose a tragic way out inside their getaway vehicle. Not far from the mosque complex, the 2 teenagers turned their firearms on themselves and pulled the triggers inside the car they had been using since morning. When police officers cautiously approached the suspicious vehicle, they found both suspects dead from self-inflicted gunshot wounds, ensuring that not a single round from law enforcement's rifles took the suspects' lives that day. The deaths of both suspects at the scene did not stop law enforcement from launching a full investigation into the motives and background behind this highly coordinated armed attack targeting a house of worship. San Diego Police Chief Scott Wall stated in an official press conference that the scale and impact of this event demanded a highly serious and comprehensive response from various levels of prosecution and federal security. Given that the target of the attack was a large and influential Muslim community center in the region, the police department immediately partnered with the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI) to conduct a thorough probe. The primary focus of the joint investigative team is directed towards strong suspicions that this deadly incident was a hate crime driven by specific ideological sentiments held by the two teenagers. The bloody tragedy in one of the major cities on the U.S. West Coast quickly triggered a wave of global concern, including among foreign diplomatic representatives with citizens living in the Southern California region. The Consulate General of the Republic of Indonesia (KJRI) in San Francisco, which oversees the San Diego jurisdiction, acted swiftly by activating its Indonesian Citizen Protection Task Force to gather verified information regarding any affected Indonesians. Following intensive coordination with local law enforcement, hospitals, and Indonesian community networks, the Indonesian Consulate General in San Francisco officially released a reassuring statement confirming that no Indonesian citizens were killed or injured in the mass shooting. While confirmed safe from physical harm, the psychological impact and anxiety gripping the Indonesian Muslim community living and studying in San Diego remained a primary concern for the consulate. Representatives from the Indonesian Consulate General in San Francisco continue to maintain close contact, via both emergency hotlines and digital communication, with community leaders and Indonesian Muslim organizations near the scene to monitor the situation over time. The consulate also issued an official advisory urging all Indonesian citizens in San Diego to increase vigilance, temporarily avoid the area around the Islamic Center to ensure smooth police investigations, and immediately report any potential threats or security disturbances to the authorities. Currently, the Islamic Center of San Diego and its surrounding neighborhood remain completely cordoned off by police tape for forensic crime scene processing by the FBI and local police looking for additional evidence. The deeply shaken local community has begun gathering at the edge of the security perimeter to pay their final respects, laying bouquets of flowers and offering prayers for the three victims who lost their lives while guarding the house of worship. This tragedy of May 18, 2026, has once again reopened a profound national debate in the United States regarding the urgent need for stricter gun control, youth mental health, and tighter protection for houses of worship against hate crimes in the future.